Have you ever cracked open an old gun safe and felt a wave of truth hit you harder than recoil? That shock, that moment when you realize the modern world has been lying to you, is where this story begins. Because in American hunting culture, there is a myth that shiny, brand-new, space-age rifles somehow make you a better marksman. A myth pushed by glossy ads, influencer hype reels, and that endless cycle of innovations nobody asked for. But step into any real gun range, talk to any real whitetail hunter, and they'll tell you the same thing. The rifles that built this heritage aren't the new ones. They're the ones hiding in the back of your closet, waiting to be rediscovered. And across the United States, that rediscovery is happening fast. Hunters are dusting off rifles that their grandfathers trusted on fog-choked ridgelines. Rifles scarred by time, but not weakened by it. Rifles engineered in an era when Americans steal, not marketing slogans, measured a gun's worth. And as these classics rise again, we are witnessing something powerful. A return to rifles that earned their reputation one clean shot at a time. So tonight on the Second Amendment Sentinel, we're stepping onto the firing line to reveal 5 rifles that never truly died. They didn't fade. They didn't surrender to the polymer revolution. They simply waited, quietly, until hunters finally remembered what real craftsmanship feels like. And we're starting with the iron that clawed its way out of the 1950s and refuses to slow down. Number 5. The Remington Model. 760 Game Master. Let me paint the moment for you. You're moving through thick November brush, cold air biting your lungs, leaves snapping under your boots, when a buck explodes from cover. You don't have the luxury of a perfect stance. You don't have the time to cycle a slow bolt. You need a second shot now, not after a full prayer and a mechanical ritual. That's when the Remington Model 760 Game Master becomes a living, breathing ally. This old-school pump-action rifle, born in the 1950s, was built for hunters who needed immediate follow-up shots the moment adrenaline hit full throttle. Chambered in hard-hitting cartridges like the legendary 30-06, this rifle earned its place in the hands of countless deer hunters pushing through tight, muddy timber where hesitation costs you meat in the freezer. And here's the part the modern world forgot. That pump, that smooth, fast, ice-cold, reliable pump, still outruns half the flashy designs sold today. Weighing roughly 7½ pounds with a 22-inch barrel, the Game Master strikes a perfect balance between light carry gear and serious knockdown power. You can swing it effortlessly through thick cover, and it's still steady enough to anchor shots cleanly at 200 yards. And with used prices hovering around $500 to $600, it destroys the myth that good rifles must drain your savings. But what really brings this rifle roaring back is what it feels like. That walnut stock, warming in your hands on a freezing dawn. That crossbolt safety, clicking with unmistakable certainty. That rugged post-war engineering, simple enough to strip down in your truck bed without a single specialty tool. Hunters call it the faithful dog of rifles. Always ready, always loyal, never whining for attention. Of course, no legend is without scars. Some versions carry brittle plastic trigger guards. Aftermarket parts are getting rarer. And recoil can be unforgiving if you treat it like a lightweight youth rifle. But none of those drawbacks dampen the comeback. Forums across the United States are packed with hunters bragging about pulling their father's 760s out of storage and dropping trophy bucks like no time has passed at all. The Game Master didn't return. It simply reminded us what reliability truly feels like. And if you think number 5 hits hard, wait until you see what rises at number 4. What if I told you one rifle from the 19th century is outpacing modern designs today? Not because of nostalgia, not because it's vintage cool, but because its engineering was so far ahead of its time that the 21st century is finally catching up. That brings us to number 4, a rifle that refused to play by anyone's rules but its own. Number 4, the Savage Model. 99, step into any dense whitetail thicket in America's hardwood country, and you'll understand why the Savage Model 99 is exploding back into the spotlight. This rifle didn't just enter history, it carved its initials into the foundation of what a fast-handling hunting rifle could be. Born in the late 1800s, the 99 showed up with swagger long before the word existed. Instead of copying every other lever-action design of its time, it brought smokeless powder capability, an internal hammer, and, this is where jaws dropped, a rotary magazine that let hunters run pointed bullets safely. In an era dominated by tube-fed lever guns, that was nothing short of revolutionary. And hunters today are suddenly remembering exactly why this rifle mattered. At 6½ to 8 pounds, depending on configuration, the 99 swings through thick brush like it's reading your mind. Pair that with a 20 to 22-inch barrel, and you get a rifle that seems born for snapshots in tight, unpredictable cover, where deer vanish faster than your heartbeat settles. It drills solid hits at 150 yards, no drama, no hesitation. Iron sights or scope, doesn't matter. This rifle wants to hunt. And when you feel that lever cycle, it's not mechanical motion, it's art. It's a piece of field history moving with buttery precision, even when your gloves are stiff with cold. Used prices floating between $800 and $1,200 make it one of the smartest buys in classic rifles today. And with its takedown variants, you can break the rifle down, stash it in a pack, hike miles into the backcountry, and reassemble without losing zero. Try doing that with most modern rifles without carrying a toolkit the size of a lunchbox. But the real magic lies in the stories still echoing around old hunting camps in places like Montana, Idaho, and the Adirondacks of New York. Stories of families feeding themselves through brutal winters with nothing but a 99, a handful of cartridges, and iron determination. Number 3. The Ruger M77. Sliding into the number 5 spot is a rifle that never needed a marketing campaign to prove itself. The Ruger M77 Hawkeye is the kind of bolt gun that feels like it was built by someone who actually hunts, not someone who just reads ballistic charts behind a desk. This rifle is all steel and walnut attitude. No gimmicks, no plastic where it shouldn't be, no corners cut just to shave ounces. Controlled round feed, a Mauser-style claw extractor, a cold hammer forged barrel. This is the stuff serious hunters appreciate because it works every single time without drama. And while the world ran off chasing ultralights, chassis stocks, and space gun silhouettes, the Hawkeye just kept doing what it's always done: deliver real-world accuracy and brick-solid reliability in the field. And here's the part I love. Hunters are finally realizing that this rifle didn't go out of style. It just waited for everyone to come back to their senses. Number 2, the Winchester Model 70. Sliding into number 4 is a rifle that never really left the throne. The Winchester Model 70, especially anything built in the spirit of the legendary pre-64s, is the definition of a rifle that outlived trends, fads, and marketing hype. This isn't just a bolt action. This is the bolt action, the rifleman's rifle. And not because Winchester said so, but because decades of hunters proved it in the field, one clean shot at a time. You pick up a Model 70, and it's instantly obvious why it refuses to die. Controlled round feed that feels like it's on ball bearings. A receiver machined with pride instead of cost-cutting. Barrels that shoot better than most shooters can. And a trigger system that breaks like it was carved from glass. While the industry chased polymer stocks and skeletonized bolt handles, the Model 70 kept showing up with walnut and steel, asking nothing more than a hunter who appreciates the kind of rifle that stays in a family longer than a house. And here's the beautiful part. Hunters are finally waking up to the idea that classic doesn't mean outdated. It means proven. Number 1, the Remington Model 788. And at number 1, we've got a rifle that was once overlooked, but is now making a serious comeback. The Remington Model 788. Produced from 1967 to 1980, this short-run bolt action was designed for the working-class hunter, someone who needed a reliable tool without breaking the bank. Picture this. You're moving through frost-covered fields at dawn, your hands freezing, your breath visible in the cold air. You need a compact, lightweight rifle that reacts instantly. The Model 788 delivers. It sports a 20-inch barrel and weighs just 6¾ pounds, making it perfect for youth hunters, varmint patrols, or tight blind setups. What makes it truly remarkable is the out-of-the-box accuracy. Groups under 1½ inches at 100 yards aren't hype. This is a precision tool, and you can often find a used one for around $400, a steal in today's market. The simple push-feed design and cross-bolt safety give you confidence and ease of use on trail walks, even in snow or mud. No floor plate to snag, no unnecessary features to complicate your hunt. Just steel, walnut, and a design built to survive the field. Of course, no rifle is flawless. The factory trigger can have noticeable creep, but a quick stone or home gunsmith tweak unlocks its potential. Push feed occasionally stovepipes with soft point bullets. Limited production means original accessories are rare. Rear sight 0 may drift after heavy recoil sessions. Still, these small quirks haven't stopped hunters from rediscovering this hidden gem. From gun shows to online forums, to dusk patrols dropping coyotes with iron sights, the buzz around the Model 788 is real. It's a budget-friendly precision rifle that embodies the built-to-last ethos. Pros: compact barrel, perfect for blinds or youth shooters. Affordable entry price, around $400 for quality American steel. Blind magazine prevents dirt and snow buildup, making field strips simple. Smooth bolt throw allows fast, reactive shots. Cons: push feed can stovepipe with soft points. Factory trigger needs adjustment. Limited production means scarce original accessories. Rear sight can drift under heavy use. The Remington Model. 788 is the #1 rifle on our list for a reason. It's not flashy. It doesn't demand attention, but it's reliable, precise, and timeless. The kind of rifle any serious hunter or collector can respect and use for decades.